A tight game through 5 innings in Camas. Find out if South Summit was able to clinch playoff berth against the Grand Red Devils. And if that's not enough, how about a mercy rule for the Park City softball team? We're talking to 2 players ahead of their senior night. All that and more coming up right now on the Scoreboard. Hey everyone, welcome into the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Blake O'Rulian. It is Tuesday, May 10th, and it is once again that time of the year. State tournaments are imminent and state champions are waiting to be crowned. But before all of that, we are in the final week of the regular season play for a handful of sports teams here in the Wasatch Back. Today's episode is full of baseball, softball, and we'll close it off with some defending state champions, so you will not want to miss any of it. When we come back, he has the #1 batting average in the state of Utah. We are hanging out with South Summit's Coda Larson following their play-in game against Grand High School. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Scoreboard is proudly sponsored by Andrea Cox Mortgage. Welcome to First Rate Mortgage.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Well, a .600 batting average to some might sound like an embellishment or even a typo, but for South Summit's Coda Larson, that is simply a reality. The senior also led the team in home runs, doubles, RBIs, and amidst all of that, Coda played an integral part in leading the Wildcats to their best baseball season since 2010. Brigham Harris got the chance to talk to Coda following a close play-in game in Camas.
Hey guys, Brigham Harris here. We are at the baseball field at South Summit, the Diamond I should say, and we're with Coda Larson right now, a senior for the Wildcats. Coda, today was the final game of the season. It was a play-in game for the postseason in 2022. Tell me just in your own words kind of what shook out here in Camas this afternoon.
Well, we started off hot, got a lot of runs in the first inning. Usually don't happen, so it was real hot game to start off, and then kind of fell off a little bit. We were neck and neck, back and forth. It was 3-1, 3-4, 4-4, 6-6, like whole lot of ball played, whole lot of runs scored. Pretty close all the way up until 6th, 7th inning. Kind of fell away, but it happens.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the season. You guys had, like you mentioned, a lot of back and forth. Going into this game, you guys were a pretty good favorite. How do you feel like the season went, and ending on such a stinging loss like this? How does it feel? Reflecting on the good season, I guess.
We had 11 wins on the season. Haven't experienced that in high school. Glad we could come out, have a good season for my last year. Had 11 wins. Happens that it ends, but I haven't seen that in this program in a while, so 11 wins is real good for us.
Yeah, well, you are a senior. There's a handful of other seniors, Ricky Perez, who we've had on the show, also Derek Allen. Tell me what it's like playing with that core group, and again, being a senior, them being seniors. What's your guys' journey been like together?
Yeah, we all started freshman year. We all played here together. We were strong up freshman year. A lot of us started playing like varsity level with each other, and then we lost our sophomore year. That was kind of sad because of Corona, but our last year and this year have just been a blast playing with the same kids, same 5-6 strong core that we've had since freshman year, since before even high school started.
Well, not just the core, but also the coaches. When you guys were coming off, parents, and we saw you guys hugging coaches, and parents and fans were saying, thank you, coaches. What's it like playing under Coach Crystal all these years?
It's just a great time. Great coach. Love the guy. He's pushed us to be better. He's pushed us to be better people. He's just a great guy. Love him to death. Wouldn't be here without him, so it was a good time.
Well, when we came up to him right after the game, I said, "Hey, Coach, I know it's a tough way to go out, but is there any player you specifically want us to talk to?" And he immediately, without even thinking, he said, "I want you to talk to my stud shortstop, Coda Larson." How does that make you feel?
It makes me happy. Best year I've had yet, so I'm glad I could do that. Glad I could take the team and be a leader for them. I'm glad I could play with the younger kids to get them to have a mentality, and I'm glad I could help lead this team with Derek.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, we've mentioned you're a senior. We've mentioned that the season's over. But how good of hands is this team being left in, not only with Coach Crystal, but underclassmen, freshmen, sophomore, juniors?
Oh, solid young group of kids. There's a good 5-6 of them that are playing varsity level and they're sophomores. So they're all only way is up for them. They got a good season this year. Hopefully next year they can come out strong. A lot of young talent that we have here.
Well, Coda Larson, again, man, we appreciate it so much. Wish you the best of luck. Graduation's only a few weeks away. So what are your college plans? Have you thought that far, or are you just going to have a fun summer?
I want to go play some college ball. That would be real fun, but I don't know. I'll find my way into college somewhere. But, yeah, I'd like to play some college baseball if I could. But, baseball isn't everything, so it is what it is. Well,
colleges would be lucky to have you. From what we hear, you're a stud on defense, but you also got an insane batting average. So, anything you want to say about that?
I mean, best season I've had, best season I've seen from me, so I'm glad I could do that. I mean, batting it pretty good, tried to lead the team with what I could, try to show an example for the younger kids, and I think I did pretty well of that. But yeah, I mean, had a fun senior year, had a fun group of kids, and great coaching, so I'm glad I could be a part of this team.
Well, going down swinging in more ways than one, Coda, we appreciate the time, and you're definitely a great kid. A lot of these kids probably look up to you very much, so we appreciate you taking the time, man.
Yep, thank you. Thanks for having me.
11 wins this season for the Wildcat, their best in 12 years. And as Coda said, a lot of promising talent here in the works over at South Summit. And when we come back, we are moving down from one diamond to the next. The Park City softball team had quite the game last week, securing 11 runs in a single inning. Find out how this team is hoping to close their season in just a few. Don't go anywhere.
Beautiful sandy beaches and lush tropical gardens make San Diego the perfect destination for your next luxury getaway. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. This home has amazing charm and style. You'll feel refreshed in this La Jolla Shores beauty. I'm here with Lauren, the owner of Pop-Up Picnic Co. Tell us about the services you offer.
We're a luxury picnic service. Our claim to fame is one-stop picnic experience that we bring throughout San Diego.
Book Pop-Up Picnic Co. through our concierge services page on opulentvacations.com. The open concept living and dining room easily flow to a comfortable and inviting deck. The enclosed and spacious yard provide plenty of room for outdoor entertainment. With easy access to some of the best shopping and dining San Diego has to offer. Whether it's relaxing on the property or enjoying fun activities at the beach, the Shores Retreat La Jolla has something for everyone. Thanks for watching the Opulent Minute. Book now at opulentvacations.com.
Welcome back into the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Blake O'Rulian, and just last week I got the chance to cover a softball game over at Park City High School. Now, this was not your typical softball game. This was a masterclass by the Miners, a 17-6 victory, a mercy rule in the fifth, and with just one game remaining in the regular season, Sky Schlopey and Hannah Smoke have an optimistic outlook on this season. Hey everyone, right now we are hanging out with two very talented softball players over at Park City High School. Really quick, I just want them to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Hannah Smoke.
I'm Sky Schlopey.
And the two of them are coming off of probably the most dominant win of the season so far. How does the team feel considering how well you did today?
I think we're all very, very satisfied. We've put in a lot of work to this kind of stuff. I know the last couple innings it gets going a lot and it can be really difficult to stay calm, but I'm glad we've practiced and I know the girls are very excited about that.
Yeah, it feels great, just like Hannah said, like just being out with the team, just some team bonding and all that. It's a lot more fun when you win.
Yeah, I mean, third victory of the season. And in terms of this season, where does this rank amongst the most dominant performances? Did it seem like everyone was just kind of on point? Did it seem like everyone was just kind of doing the thing that they were supposed to be doing?
Yeah, like a couple games ago we won by a little more than this, but I feel like this game we were all just like really into it and we really just made every play and we were hitting everything and our hitting was awesome. Normally our hitting's kind of weak, but now our offense is just so much better than it used to be.
Yeah, I agree. Our development from the last couple games has increased a lot. So even if they're tighter games, I know we played well. So this was a very good game.
Yeah, speaking of that, hitting 9 runs, I believe, in the 4th. Is that correct? Yes. And that's kind of what forced, the mercy rule here, and the game's over in about 5 innings. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, and so with the rest of the season, there's not too many games left, but there are just enough to maybe make your mark a little bit more. Is there something about today that's going to maybe change the chemistry of the team, the morale of the team?
Well, something about the last couple of innings. We had our pitcher here, McLaren Tyrell. She's just telling everyone to shake it off. So we just continued. If the girls come out knowing that we can keep calm and push through these last couple of games, I think we'll be very good.
Yeah, and how do you feel in terms of how many games left on the schedule? How many do you think you might come out with a victory?
Well, we have one more left, our last game senior night. I think because it's senior night, everyone's going to be really hyped up, and I think that we might have a chance. I think everybody's been really confident lately, so it's going to be a tight game, I think.
Yeah, and you're a senior. What does it feel like knowing that these are the last times you'll ever get to play for Park City?
It's kind of sad, but I know I had a really, really good year with these girls. So kind of sad to see them go, but I'm glad I'm moving on.
Yeah, do you have any plans to play collegiately or anything like that?
I do not, but I'm hoping to play club ball.
That'll be great. And for you, what have you been able to learn from some of the seniors on this team this year?
So much. They've taught me so much, just like sportsmanship, and they've been so kind to let all the new freshmen and the underclassmen in under their wing. And they're just team leaders, and I strive to be like them every day.
So senior night's coming up in just a couple of nights. Do you have maybe a game plan, anything specific for your opponent?
I'm not sure. That's left to underclassmen. It's always a big surprise for us.
Yeah, just try as hard as we can, make it a good game, and I know there'll be a couple banners and surprises for them. So.
Well, you both are amazing. Congratulations on such a big win, and we'll catch you on senior night.
Thank you.
5 seniors play their final home game tonight against Murray. We wanted to wish them good luck as they head into the state tournament, which begins on Saturday. When we come back, my scoreboard knowledge is put to the test. Brigham Harris puts me in the hot seat with scoreboard trivia coming up.
Hi guys, I'm Janet the Dairy King. We're famous here for our ice cream. We have 84 different kinds of shapes. We also have some amazing food. So come and try our chicken strips, our fish and chips dinners, our burgers, our fries, our sweet potato fries. Oh my gosh, we've got so much. Once you go over to the Heber Valley Railroad and ride their train, then of course you have to come here and see all of our trains. Our family's serving your family since 1946. We hope to see you soon here at the Dairy King.
Hey, what's up everyone? Brigham Harris here for the Scoreboard. We're very excited to have you along for the second edition of Trivia. This time we've got Blake O'Rulian in the hot seat. We picked him out of the studio audience, and no, just kidding. But we've got Blake here. Blake, how are you feeling about today's quiz?
I'm feeling good. I hope I can go 2 for 5, or if not better. I mean, that's you, so I'm hoping to match that. That's kind of the standard.
I'm going to go with D, 4 of them.
You are incorrect. 2 for 5. You started off strong.
We'll
see where my job security is at if I do worse than that.
I think 2 for 5 is pretty decent depending on what sport we're talking about, right? Baseball, softball, 2 for 5, that's 5 at-bats, 2 hits, I mean 400 on the day.
That's not bad, but if you're in basketball, 2 for 5 from the free throw line, that's about a 40% free throw average. That's like some Nick Claxton, Shaquille O'Neal type numbers.
It's not great. So we'll see how Blake does today. Again, we've got 5 questions, just like we did a couple weeks ago. Are you ready, sir?
I'm excited. Let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. No, there's going to be no shots of Tabasco. However, the sting of defeat might be just as painful. All right.
We'll see how this goes.
Question number 1. We're starting off with softball. We've done a whole lot of softball here recently, and the 2 usual suspects, Paige Armendariz, Indy Jones. To give you a little bit of background, Indy Jones, 10 home runs on the year. She is leading 3A, and she's one of the top in the state. Paige Armendariz, 9 home runs on the year. She is number 3 in 5A. Who has more RBIs on the season?
Indy Jones.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
No, she does not.
Ah!
Indy Jones has 33
that was
RBIs.
Probably really loud on the mic. I'm very sorry.
Paige Armendariz has 37 RBIs.
Okay.
So less home runs.
And how many does Indy have? I'm sorry?
33.
Okay. Because I was just looking at the numbers just the other day, and Indy had more. That's the reason why I was so confident in answering that. I'm sorry
I mean they both did step up their game. They both had some games recently, but yeah, the shifting in stats is.
Well, you started off. You got the first 2 right, and then You missed the 3.
We'll see if you can pick up
We'll
the
see how
slack,
this
but I'm
goes.
not going to
Okay.
lie to you. I think the questions do get a little bit harder as we go along.
Oh, goodness.
Either way,
Okay,
two
okay.
incredible softball players.
Yes.
Lucky to cover them. All right, now moving to baseball. Okay, sort of a similar situation. Paxton Mobley now leads 5A, all of 5A. He is the leader. 6 home runs on the year. Peyton Swap, however, down at Wasatch, 5 home runs on the year. The two were head-to-head.
Doing fantastic.
Both of them killing it. Who's played more games?
Who's played more games?
Paxton Mobley has 6 home runs. Peyton Swap has 5 home runs. Who's played more games?
I'm going to say, and I'm just going to think out loud really quick. I keep thinking about the amount of time that Park City had off during that spring break.
What are you going with?
I'm gonna say Wasatch. I'm gonna say Wasatch.
So Peyton Swap.
Yes,
Final answer?
I will go with Peyton Swap.
Peyton Swap has played more games than
Okay.
Paxton Mobley. So
Cool.
So Park City has played 17 games on the season, which makes the stat even more, impressive for Paxton.
Absolutely.
6 home runs in 17 games, but Peyton Swap 5 home runs in 20 games. So they have played a couple more games. I believe Wasatch went down to Southern Utah to play in a tournament.
They did, yes.
Either way, both these kids absolutely crushing it.
All right, we're on the board. We're on the board.
On the board.
That's all that matters.
1 for 2. That's good. All right. This one, a little tricky.
Okay.
Park City High School, we cover 5 spring sports right now, 5 team spring sports, okay? So we're excluding track, we're excluding cross country here, okay? We're talking about the 5 spring sports. We're talking boys lacrosse, girls lacrosse, boys soccer, softball, and baseball. All these teams, very, very good teams.
Okay.
Only one of these teams this spring has a shutout victory. Which team is it?
Can you give me the names again?
Of what sports?
The sports.
Yeah, you've got the ever dominant girls lacrosse team ranked in the top 20 in the nation. You got the returning state championship runner-ups boys lacrosse. You've got the super hot right now baseball team out of Park City, who we've covered a ton. You've got softball, who we're going to go be speaking with here very soon, and you've got boys soccer, who has only one of these teams has a shutout win.
Lacrosse, it's nearly impossible to get a shutout. It's so difficult. And as dominant as both of those teams are, I don't think that they have that for the. You're smiling, you're laughing.
No, this is my poker face. Go ahead. What are you going with? What are you saying, bro?
I'm gonna go with boys soccer.
Correct. Wow, boys soccer, they actually have a handful of shutout victories. You're right. Lacrosse, boys lacrosse and girls lacrosse both have victories, margins of victories by about 15.
By so much, but it's so difficult to hit a shutout in a high school game, specifically against any team. Really.
I thought I was going to trip you up because you've got Ava Kimchi, who's the goalkeeper.
She's amazing.
Amazing for the girls team.
Yes.
You've got AJ Silinoff. Amazing. One of the best pitchers in the state in Chance Begans.
But they've had a lot of really close games. That's the thing.
They won 10-1 the other day against Murray, and that's probably the closest they've come to a shutout. They have held teams to very low scores, especially considering it's high school baseball. But all right, pretty good. 2 for 3. You are positive right now.
We
That's
are
above 500.
right now in where Brick was 3 questions in last time.
Okay.
All right.
This one's, I hope I trip you up on this one.
Okay.
You have covered a whole lot of girls lacrosse so far this season.
I have. Love lacrosse.
Unfortunately, only 2 of our schools play girls lacrosse. It's not sanctioned yet for North Summit or for South Summit 2 and 3A.
I've suffered from depression probably most of my life. I suffer from chronic illness, and it causes a lot of pain, which made my depression worse. And TMS has changed that.
It was just so amazing to watch Shauna's depression go away and her migraines decrease, and really just to see her joyful and happy again.
TMS treatment has helped me tremendously with my depression.
TMS is a non-invasive treatment that treats specific regions of the brain involved in mood, anxiety, and thinking abilities.
It's been months since I ended. I still feel better, and that's great.
So please give us a call, because we'd love to figure out if this is the right treatment option for you, and if we can do what we've done for Shauna and so many others.
I'm just grateful for this place and what they offer and what they do for people, and most importantly, what they've done for me and my family.
As far as the leading scorers in girls lacrosse, you have your usual suspects, like we mention all the time, Lily Hunt, Sam Riley. You've also got Grace Urker. There's also a handful of other girls that we have not talked to yet.
I know.
So all those in mind, what out of the 2 schools that we cover, who is the highest goals per game scorer in girls lacrosse?
It's Grace Urker. She's over Sam Riley, I believe, still. Hold on, before I sink that in. Lily Hunt and Sam Riley both average 4 goals per game. You might be tricking me on here, and I'm gonna actually audible over to Grace Urker. Or no, not Grace Urker, I'm sorry, Sam Riley and Lily Hunt. They are tied for 4 goals per game. They lead up across the Wasatch and girls, the Wasatch girls lacrosse team and
Are you locking that in?
I am locking in. Sam Riley, Lily Hunt, 4 goals per game are the 2
Tied for the top.
Tied for the top.
That is absolutely incorrect.
Oh.
This is a little bit tough, okay? The leading goal scorer in terms of efficiency, Sophia Nielsen.
Efficiency.
Well, goals
Okay.
per game.
Okay. I thought you meant like shot percentage. Okay.
Goals per game, when it comes to the girls lacrosse teams that we cover, Sophia Nielsen out of Wasatch High School. She is averaging 4.4 goals per game.
Okay.
Grace Urker, Lily Hunt, as well as Sam Riley are all averaging 4 or above, but none of them have matched 4.4 goals per game. That's 22 goals in 5 games.
Grace was at 20 goals in 4 games just a couple of weeks ago, so she was averaging 5. That's why I was so quick to say it, but then, yeah. Okay.
Grace, 9 goals in 1 game. That's hard to, that's hard to count out because that absolutely skyrockets your percentage. All right, you're 2 for 4 right now, 50%.
Okay.
This is the big one.
All
You're
right.
either going 3 for 5 and beating me, or we're tied, and we're gonna have to do this every week. All right. As far as dominance across the state of Utah, there is one school that stands alone when it comes to state championships. I was in my office doing a whole lot of research, what team has won the most state titles, and North Summit, who we speak to all the time, right? Whether it be boys basketball, girls basketball, all their talented teams up there. They've got track, they've got cross country.
Love North Summit.
Love them. They have, over their school's history, won 60 state titles, 60 of them across all their sports. In 2021, and this is a bit of a trickster because we were not here for some of these seasons, but in 2021, how many state titles did North Summit win as a school, and what sports? That's a bonus.
In 2021.
2021.
Okay. Track.
You got to be precise because there's boys and girls track, there's boys and girls cross country.
Okay, that changes things. Well, in 2021, they would have won the girls' state championship as well, so that's one.
For
what do you mean?
what sport?
For girls' basketball. Sorry.
Okay, girls basketball.
Girls' basketball. I'm going to say the girls' track and cross country.
Okay. All 3 of those are correct. How many more and what sport?
I'm going to say there's one more. We weren't here for it.
What are you going with?
Hold on.
There's no holding on. What are you saying, bro? What are you going with?
Oh, what is it? I don't think this. Oh, wow. I'm going to say North Summit girls volleyball this past fall when we weren't here. Those are my final. That's my final.
You've got to be kidding me.
Is that right?
You've got to be kidding me. Did you cheat?
No, I swear I did not.
Were you in my office watching me take notes?
I did not see any of that.
Wow, okay.
That is, wow.
In 2021, North Summit won 4 state titles. All 4 of them were girls sports, girls cross country, girls track, volleyball, and girls basketball.
So here was my thoughts really quick. The most dominant athlete that we potentially cover is Marcy Richards. Yeah. She is on the track team. She is on the volleyball team and one of the best players in the state. I know that they won the basketball championship last year in 2021. Yeah. And then the cross-country team coach told us a little bit about the team and how dominant they have been. And I specifically remember him saying that he's really excited for the girls team because of how successful they were last year. So that was my that was my final answer. That's what I was going with. And I was debating between another random sport. I was going through the sports in my head. I couldn't think of anything correctly. And then I went, okay, it's got to be Marcy Richards and the girls volleyball team this past fall.
Dang it, man. There's so many state title questions I wanted to ask you. I was going to say, what school has the most? My gosh, we'll have to wait for that. But dang it. All right, congratulations. 3 out of 5.
Thank you, my friend.
600. That's it's not bad, but I'll have to get my revenge sometime soon.
I can't wait. And with that, we are going to be signing off here on the Scoreboard. Thank you so much for joining us today. And on Friday, we will have more post-game interviews, state tournament schedules, and a whole lot more. Just make sure to check out our website, thescoreboardnation.com, for previous episodes. Follow our Instagram @ScoreboardNation for updates about the show. And be sure to catch us here on PCTV at 6 and 10 p.m. every Tuesday and Friday. For Brigham Harris, Brent Martindale, I'm Blake O'Rulian. We will see you on Friday.